Hi guys, so today we'll go over my NQ trade on yesterday. We got this short right here. It was like a 1 to 5 and I had partials, so it's not like fully 1 to 5 if we do like according to like the actual amount of money that I made. I mean, I haven't really made any money because it's the challenge phase, but yeah, we'll just go through the trade. So basically on NQ right now, we still on the higher time frame, we still have this higher time frame SMT right here, and my target yesterday was just that daily fair value gap there. So we can see here after that SMT we started going down, so we need to retrace into either one of these fair value gaps there. We fully disrespected that one, so this one is the next drawn liquidity naturally. So going down to the 4 hour, I think yesterday for me this was a really obvious trade. Like it was really like it was like a really A setup trade. So yeah, I was happy with this trade. I don't want to be greedy and say that I could have held lower, you know. So I think it was good yesterday. So I think yeah. So on the 4 hour, we see here it's just bearish order flow. We have a 4 hour respect in here, then we have our 4 hour fair value gap here getting respected. And so basically yesterday was this short down, and we basically went into that H4 fair value gap and continued downwards, and it's also in the premium of this range. We reached premium of this range before we started going down, so I was ready for price to go down because we already have that drawn liquidity, right? We just need to make sure that price is actually ready to head to that drawn liquidity. This daily fair value gap actually did already get tapped in before here, but it's barely took it out, so I consider it relative equal lows, so I'm still targeting that low. And we also respected this fair value gap, so I don't think it's bullish, you know. So I was very bearish going into yesterday. We can see here the day before, if you guys watch my trade analysis, this trade setup, I had a long there, didn't long all the way up there, but yeah, we see that this was not enough. This move was not enough to go all the way down, so we ended up coming back into premium because this didn't actually reach premium yet, so that's why we didn't go all the way down. But this move went all the way down compared to this day because we went into premium before coming down. So we went into premium, swept out that high, and went into deeper into that fair value again. So on the 1 hour, I want to have more confirmation. So we were in that 4 hour fair value gap there. We had another SMT here, and then on the 1 hour we created a 1 hour fair value gap right there. And that's why I was really bearish, because we have this whole inducement range right here, and then we create this market structure shift here on the 30-minute, and on the 1 hour we actually have a fair value gap here. And as you guys can see, this is a 9 p.m. candle, or 9 a.m. New York time candle. So we tapped into that fair value gap and we just went straight down. So another thing why I was really confident in this trade was just because we have this whole, like, all these stacked lows over here. We have this inducement range. You can see every time we come down, there's always an inducement range swept, you know. So that's something to observe as well. I've made a video about inducement ranges. I will put that in the link in the description if you guys want to check it out, and I'll also put the trade recap for this one in the link in the description as well if you guys want to check that out. But basically that 1 hour fair value gap, then I started going down, and we also have that SMT right there. Going down to the 30-minute, this is when you really this is why I was really confident in this trade, because we were pretty much overlapping on every single time frame. On the 4 hour, we went into the equilibrium, we went into a 4 hour fair value gap, and we were ready to go down lower. On the 1 hour, we went into this 1 hour fair value gap, we were ready to take out this low, right, on the 1 hour. On the 30-minute as well, we had this market structure shift here. We have our 30-minute fair value gap here as well. Here, 30-minute fair value gap here, and we also have this 30-minute inverse getting ran through, and we basically also entered that inverse when we went into that. So this area right here is just an overlapping of that inverse and this fair value gap. So it was a really strong area because that was also overlapping with the 1 hour. At least we've got SMT, we've got higher time frame, and even more higher time frame like H4 and H1 aligning, and then daily fair value gap as well. And then we've got like a lot of sell side, a lot of targets, and that's why I took partials along the way. So that's why it's also not exactly 1 to 5, because I took a lot of partials on the way. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with taking partials. I don't have any regrets taking partials. We've got this 30-minute market structure shift here, and you can see here we swept out this liquidity. So we got relative equal highs here, and then when that 9:30 candle opened up right here, we went and swept out these equal highs, we created this SMT with ES because ES didn't actually end up going above this. So we tapped into the H1/M30/inverse right here. This is the M30 inverse. We went into this area right here, and then it was only a liquidity sweep. So you can see this candle right here is really like sure that we are going to head down, right? We got liquidity sweep, SMT, high time frame, all that. So then I just went to the 1 minute and then I looked for my entry. Now with trades like this, even if it's lining up, I would personally not jump into the trade unless I see a lower time frame entry, because I still want to make sure that we have an entry. I don't want to just jump in. So we see here on the 1 minute, got that SMT there, that sweep of liquidity, and then when we went out to sweep this liquidity, we created this bullish fair value gap here, and when we disrespected that fair value gap, I entered here actually. When we disrespected that fair value gap is when I entered on this candle. I entered one contract. You can see on the screenshot there, I entered one contract here. I entered one in 9:38 and one in 9:41. So yeah, so 9:38 here, I entered another one because we got this fair value gap here. Got that fair value gap here. So I entered one there when we re-entered it. And then 9:41, I entered another one after calculating everything and after seeing that it went back into that fair value gap. I thought it was a good opportunity for me to just enter another trade. So I entered 3 contracts there. Yeah, there was no 5-minute fair value gap or anything. That was basically the entry, and then I'll show you guys where I took my partials. We see here if we zoom out, we have this low right here. That would be my first low that I want to look for to take partials. So I took my first contract off here, and the reason why I didn't take more off here was because this whole bit here is also low resistance liquidity. Like there's no like fair value gaps or anything here. If there was a fair value gap here, then I would have like taken it out, but the fair value gap is here and it already got taken out. So yeah, there was no like fair value gaps here below this low. So this whole place is also like low resistance liquidity. So I took my first contract off here. I took my second contract off at the body of this, I think like here. You can see on the screenshot it's like 515 or something, somewhere here at the body of that wick. I mean at the body of that candle. And I took my last contract off at the body of the 5-minute there. Sometimes I just like to do this for peace of mind in case it likes to play games. Like sometimes it just likes to not take out the wick because it wants to form like relative equal lows or something. So like literally just for peace of mind, I took it off at the body of the 5-minute. And it's like, how many points different? It's like 20 points different. So it's not like, I wouldn't say it's a lot, but it's also not very little. So but I just took it off for peace of mind because I would rather have 20 points less than for it to go all the way back to break even and then come down or something like that, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I did that with my partials. But that's basically how I have my how my A+ setup looks like. This trade right here and this trade on Monday as well. I'll leave the link in the description to that one as well. These two trades are actually really similar. We have all the time frames lining up. But this one, I said I would think this one is a bit better because we have the H4 as well, and then just looks really good. The H4 fair value gap as well. So yeah, I think that's it for today's video. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.